goes on in order to become an All-American top tier, Division I player.
Yeah, and most of these players are really good students, and yeah, that's if you want to be at a high level, then your brain, what you do with your brain really matters, and I think that's the neat part of high school. Oh boy,
Tyrese Zacher getting tied up with the intrinsic abilities of Reagan Schubach, headed off to South Carolina to be a Gamecock. Tyrese Zacher working hard to defend, but just can't quite come up. Muscles her way in, using her shoulders and leverage. Off balance placement perfectly to the right corner.
and that's exactly what I'm talking about. A moment where you don't think anything's really going to happen, and then a player does something in a second that changes things and scores a goal. Well done.
The East girls leading 5-2 over the West at Tommy Oliver Stadium in Panama City for the 2022 High School All-American game. The East finding the net early and often. The West, however, staying strong to their roots and seeing what they can do to counter answer. Here we go with a strong attempt inside the 18. Jam up in the defensive box. Piper. And we have an offside call. Gets the taste of success, however, called back from the outside. Linesman Piper Caulfield from Mars area, Pennsylvania, headed to Indiana, did the jam inside the 18-yard box. There are times that you sometimes, Mike, you have to go in and go in hard. Otherwise, it's going to be an opportunity that could put a score on the board.
Yeah, it was a great shot, but unfortunately, she was offsides when the shot was taken, and the rebound, therefore, was no goal. But the West isn't done, that's for sure. So this is the 10th year, as I mentioned, that the girls have been doing this, and every top college program in the country has girls from this game moving in that direction. And really, I've been here for all 10 of these games, and we've done them at different spots around the country. And every year, I just am more and more amazed.
Reagan Schubach with the exciting attack on space and ball to the inside. Again, a future South Carolina Gamecock, showing some of her offensive prowess. Some fancy footwork and just high by the East girls. Jenna Tobia headed to Clemson. Releases that shot, but just high. Goalkeeper Bayless Flynn. Strong release from the goal box. The West looking to break up this possession play by the East. The East attacking space, taking space, challenging 1v1 opportunities, forcing the Red West to communicate and play as a unit defensively, Mike.
Yeah, and it's hard to do to keep everybody organized, especially how much the East is moving the ball. It's amazing. Take a touch, move it, take a touch, move it. And got the West on their heels a little bit.
Ava Brass with the strong outside shot, headed to Rutgers this fall. We talked about earlier, a shot could be from inside, outside. There was a 30-yard shot from the outside that Ava didn't even hesitate to pull the trigger on.
Need the element of surprise. You got to do things that people aren't expecting you to do.
You got to keep it fresh. Keep it fresh. Keep the defense guessing.
That's right.
Mix it up. Don't be predictable. Again, and we talked about being organized as a defensive unit on a team that is the East is taking the space, and we have an opportunity inside the box. Light touches, laser shot, straight at and over Bayless Flynn from short range. Textured touches inside the 6-yard box. The East continues to put the numbers on the board as Anna Rahill, number 15, headed to Harvard in the fall. Again, textured touches, Comes directly at the keeper. Calm, confident, solid connection. Playing the ball with velocity into the back of the net.
Yeah, great composure in the box, getting the ball down, just sizing up with the outside back and dipping her shoulder to the left and cutting back with her right foot. That was tremendous.
Let's look at a few of these rosters. We have so many players, like we talked about, that today aren't necessarily playing their positions because they are asked in these types of games to be universal players. Oh, we have the attack by the East. Relentless attacking by the East right now. Ava Brass again on the outside. Playing a beautiful ball back to the 6-yard box. Just high.
Yeah, and both teams are playing with 4 in the back, and the wing backs are really playing aggressive and moving up higher and getting involved in the offense. So nobody likes to get stuck in the back in an all-star game, but there's a lot of freedom out here, and the players they're definitely moving around.
Slant ball to the inside, threading it through the defense. Keeper comes out. Some sly passing through the box. Let's go through a few more of these players. So we have the West, where it's currently 6-2, East girls versus West girls. East winning 6-2 in the 2022 high school All-American game. We have so many players that have so many accolades that they've accumulated up to this point. We have an offensive stretch here going by the West girls. Number 14, Kayla Barr, who is headed to University of Tennessee, keeps the defense alert, keeps the keeper, Maya Namoli, on her toes, ensuring the West is in it to play their best to the very end. Number 3 for the West, Lauren Adams serving in a nice low ping, headed to Purdue University, staying in state to become a Boilermaker. On the attack, Red getting an appetite, firing some shots. Number 17, Sophie Zhang, headed to Rice University, leaving her mark on the defensive player as she rockets the shot from the top of the 18.
Got a big substitution coming in now for the West and a couple for the East. I think one of the neat parts of this game is just the quality of human beings that Eric really works hard to bring in. And we spend a lot of time just talking out at dinner and at training with the girls and riding around in vans, and just the humility and the talent for sure. But they're all such wonderful young women. And you'd think at this level that there's an arrogance but it's not the way it is. These just super confident for sure, but also just quality, nice, humble, hardworking girls.
And not just hardworking and humble players, but let's talk about these hardworking and humble coaches as well. We have Angie Lensing from Evansville Memorial and Ryan Radcliffe from Bearden High. Coaching for the West, we have Maria Cosman from Springside Chestnut Hill, Pennsylvania, and Doug Pryor from Mercy High, Maryland. All well-known coaches from across the United States. They've dedicated hundreds of hours to coaching clinics and community clinics, little tot programs as well as high school, and some have played not only in college themselves as coaches, but beyond, even in the professional league, that are giving back to these young athletes in these communities.
Yeah, all of us would love to have this be our team that we coach every week for sure. And having done this for a few years, one of the real joys has been spending time with the other coaches from around the country, and then relationships are built, and then these schools will go play each other and travel to each other's schools, and it's really a neat part of this. It's wonderful for the players for sure, but also the coaches have all worked really hard over the years, and to have this opportunity to see some training activities from other coaches and to spend time out at dinner just talking about life in different parts of the country, it's been something really enjoyable.
So many more hours are dedicated and a lot of sacrifices by these coaches, with their families and family time and holidays and traveling and helping organize club programs in order to build their high school programs. So Very thankful for the time and dedication and sacrifices that not just these high school coaches, but all high school coaches across America make.
Yeah, the high school season lasts 3-4 months, but it really lasts 12 months. It doesn't end, and you're working with your players all the time throughout the year and checking in on them and making sure everything's good in their life. And there's a lot more to it than just soccer. There's probably more to it, more non-soccer stuff that goes on in a coach's experience with their players than the soccer part of it, which is, I think, the joy for all of us coaches is getting to spend time with young men and women and helping them navigate the joys of life, but also the challenges. And so it's really a blessing, I know, that all of us coaches feel.
And let's talk about the parents too, Mike. I mean, parent commitment, it's not for the faint of heart. We have a strong attack taking the space with pace. Razzmatazz, number 2, Reagan Schubal from Hunterdon Central. Oh, I'm sorry, number 2, Amanda Schluter from St. Henry High, headed on to be a Buckeye, taking on the space, faking, getting the defender to move off the space and not even hesitating to make that rip with strong power. We have the corner, set piece, number 5, Ava Bramlett from Noblesville High School, headed to Purdue. Plays the set ball in.
Yeah, probably the most enjoyable part of the game is seeing goals scored, or at least goals created, or opportunities created, and that's the fun part of this game is you're seeing a lot of offense and a lot of chances. I think we still got a few more goals left in this game. We might run out of soccer balls to give to the girls.
Before that action hit the 18-yard box, I was hinting on the dedication of these parents and the commitment they've also made, and driving lots and lots of miles and flight miles even across the United States, such as today. I mean, not a short travel for some players and their families. 15, Kendall Stadden from Blaine High, Minnesota, making her presence known inside the 18.
What we all know as parents is that the time flies by quickly, and these are little windows of time that move quick. And so to have an opportunity, and many parents have said this weekend, is just how grateful. Oh, look at that.
Oh, dings off the post.
Yeah, so many grateful parents that they've been able to come down and see their high school age student child play in one more event. It's something that they're really excited to be here.
Number 8, Courtney Kebab takes the throw in on the outside. She's from Syracuse High, Utah, headed to Utah Valley. We're seeing a lot of talent come out of Utah, and even the collegiate programs in Utah are on the women's game are making a rumble inside the different conferences and breaking through into Sweet 16s and Elite 8s. We have a tussle in the box. The height of number 13, Samaya Shell, almost resulted in a goal. Headed to Washington, the University of Washington.
I think the subs might be done for the game, so let's see how we can finish it out here.
Lots of players rotating through this match today. The East continues to be the dominant force on offense, winning 6-2. However, we have seen some extremely talented play from many players on this field that have rotated onto the pitch today. Highlighting some of those West All-American girls for the red team is Courtney Kababi, headed to Utah Valley. Lauren Fang from Houston High, headed to Johns Hopkins, not just a strong soccer school, but also a strong academic program. Paige Kalal, Champlain High School, Minnesota. Lauren Adam on the outside right now from Noblesville High School, headed to Purdue. So we have Sophia Daw, Bayless Flynn in goal right now, Amanda Schluter, Lauren Adam, Jordan Candelaria, Ava Bramlett, Ava Gunkmeyer, Brinley Murphy, Courtney Kebab, Lauren Fang, headed to Johns Hopkins, Paige Kala, Champlain Park, Minnesota, Kennedy Neighbors, headed to Indiana, Samaya Shell, Washington, University of Washington. The appetite stays fierce. We just have so many players and so many incredible recognitions to make. Kayla Barr headed to Tennessee. Kendall Staten, Minnesota. Samantha King is injured today from North Central High School. However, she is headed to Bowling Green State. We wish her well on her recovery and wish she could be on the field today. However, she is celebrating with her teammates. Sophia Zhang headed to Rice University. Olivia Lester, Gonzaga. Tyrese Zacher, North Dakota State from Brandon Valley, South Dakota. Shelby Runge from Issaquah High School, Washington, headed to Gonzaga. Maya Loud is going to show her talents from Tallahassee High School to University of Washington as a collegiate player. Caroline Kelly headed to IUPUI in Indiana. That's the roundup on the Red West All-Americans 2022 as they are working hard to have a comeback against the Blue East All-Americans. One more sound off to these Blue East All-American players, again coming from all over the country today in Panama City, Florida, Tommy Oliver Stadium. Maya Naimoli from Episcopal Academy in Ohio State, headed to Ohio State to be a future Buckeye. Olivia Shippey, she showed her outstanding keeper abilities in the first half, taking on several tough opportunities in the box to defend her East All-American girls team. Olivia is headed to Boston. Reagan Shubaugh is headed to South Carolina Gamecock from Hunterdon Central, New Jersey. Audrey Kane, Notre Dame Academy in Pennsylvania, going to take her talents to Rutgers. Sophie Reel has been ablaze on the field today at Hingham High, headed to UCLA, a top-notch program. Sophie has shown that she cannot be underestimated for a moment on the field. Ava Feely, Yarmouth High, headed to Boston. From Yarmouth High in Maine, Kayla Wong, Freehold Township, headed to the prestigious Princeton University. Maddie Landers, Pingree School, headed to Boston, staying inside Massachusetts. We have a shot and a goal, and the keeper came out for the East. We had the shot on goal, strong attack number 15, Kendall Staten from Blaine High in Minnesota with the left-footed shot, collected, taking space, forcing the keeper to come out, ripping it to the back of the net, providing the West with a third goal on the half.
Tremendous
the West
finish
staying
from
red
Kendall.
and fiery, Mike. Staying red and fiery.
That's right. Tremendous finish by Kendall. She's been pushing on this left wing the whole game, and she's had a couple chances, and so it was really a good touch. She got her body inside of the defender and put it on the side netting. Well done, Kendall. East is coming back, though. They want more.
Four and a half minutes left in the half of this 2022 High School All-American game at Tommy Oliver Stadium. Sponsored by Bimbo, sponsored by Continental Tire and Capelli Sport. Live stream today, nationally and internationally, Mike, on Top Drawer Soccer and PrepSoccer.net. Viewership not only in the United States, but all over the world today.
Yeah, I know a lot of college coaches have tuned in to watch this, and a lot of family and friends from all over the country. Just got a text from a friend, Roger Stewart, in Seattle, Washington, who's watching the game, so shout out to
There's a bustle in the box. Two players down. There's a PK for the Blue East. Looks like in the tangle was Reagan Shubaugh from Hunterdon Central, headed to South Carolina as a Gamecock. Looking to cap off another notch goal for the East. Bayless Flynn on the line from Edna High School, headed to Montana, University of Montana. Holds it off, gives it her best, hands up. Lasered in. Lasered PK, Mike.
straight up the middle, too. That's yesterday in the Croatia game in the shootout, the first two shooters shot straight up the middle, and I think that's maybe she was watching that game.
Goalkeepers, always a fighting force back there. Have to have nerves of steel in these PK situations.
Yeah. But she hit that hard, and you got to do that.
Red taking the space, Ava Bramlett. Ava Brass has shown composure on the outside from Pennington School, headed to Rutgers. Additional players for the East, we have Peyton Shenning from Mercy High, headed to UMBC, which is University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Caden Coons-Perdikas from Georgetown Visitation, headed to Duke. Not only is Duke men's program top-notch, but the women's program as well. What a legacy program.
Yeah, their success in the classroom with their players, success on the field, both men and women, really impressive.
Rylie Moschella from Dexter Southfield, headed to University of Cincinnati. Bearcats always having a strong program out of the Cincinnati area. Lisa McIntyre from Springside Chestnut Hill, headed to University of Maryland. Gabby Collick, headed to Villanova. And last but not least, Danielle Davis, Friends Academy, headed to Clemson. Anna Rahill also to Harvard. What an enjoyable afternoon we're having in Panama City, Florida. I'm joined with Mike McLaughlin of St. Ignatius High School out of the Cleveland area, Cleveland, Ohio. He is my soccer guru comrade on the second half of the high school All-American game for the women, or the girls. We have the boys action up next, the 2022 boys high school All-Americans. Again, some incredible talent that from across the United States, more unbelievable commitments to the highest programs in the nation. So much talent here today, Mike. What are your final thoughts on this talent? And as we have one last attack, heading towards the goal for the Red. They're going to fight to the bitter end, Mike. But what a display today of talent.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And to watch both teams are playing it out of the back. They're keeping the ball on the ground. They're trying to do things that high-level soccer players do. And it's really just been a great showcase of ability. And, it's a wonderful thing to get talented people together to ply their craft and to get out and play. And this has been one of the best performances that I've seen in 10 years of doing this. And again, we've got to see a lot of goals and maybe one more here. But it's been super impressive.
Thank you for joining us and our sponsor, Bimbo, TopDrawerSoccer.com, Continental Tire, Capelli Sport, and Prep Soccer. We'll be signing off from Panama City, Florida at Tommy Oliver Stadium, 2022 All-Americans.